How do you think I worded it?
Which one does not belong?
Yes, thank you. Oh, you see, you guys know me by now. So make sure you guys know the 6 basic processes in digestion. Ingestion, secretion, mixing, propulsion, digestion, absorption, defecation. So there's one in here that's going to be bullshit. You might as well put number 7, bullshit. So for this test, it's really helpful if you guys make like note cards. This should be good for some of you that did really well in anatomy because it's mostly all memorization.
When Black medical terminology teaches me some of the diagrams of the digestive system.
You should be in good shape then. Alright. Alright, everybody good? Alright. So the next questions on the test are basically on the functions of the organ systems. And I'll specifically tell you it's basically like a matching section. So you have to know the functions of the pancreas, the functions of the stomach. And that's basically how I have it. A, B, C, D, and E. I have A, pancreas, B, stomach, C, liver, D, small intestine, E, large intestine. So basically you just have to match it with this function.
Can you repeat those?
Yeah. I'll repeat them. I don't give a shit. Because you don't know the question anyway. So A, the pancreas, B, the stomach, C, liver, D, small intestine, E, large intestine. And you have to match it with this function. So for the stomach, make sure you guys know all these basic functions. And the same thing goes for all the other major organs which I just told you guys. The small intestine, these are all grouped together. Even though there's different components, they all make up the small intestine. So make sure you guys know them. And then for the pancreas, it's going to be this slide right here. The functions of the pancreas. Make sure you guys know them. So there's going to be one of these right here from 1, 2, or 3. It's going to be on the test. And that's how I'm going to give you guys the function. And you have to basically just match it with its organ. And then the liver. Look how nice of a guy I am. The question is based off one of the ones highlighted in yellow. Look at that. Shit, I should be getting rained on with Starbucks cards next week. Throwing it out there. I love strawberry size. Alright. And then for the large intestine, make sure you guys know all of these. Alright, so that's pretty much straightforward. Alright, any questions on those major organs of the digestive system, which I just mentioned? It's straightforward on the test. And then there's a question based off, there's 3 stages, so which are basically part of the gastric secretion, cephalic, intestinal phase, and gastric phase. So what I want you guys to do is to know the big picture of each. So for the test, there's a question on one of these. So the question which I made on the test is derived from what's highlighted in bold right here. So make sure you guys know the basic overall function of the cephalic phase, the gastric phase, and then the intestinal phase. So what's highlighted up on the slide is what's the question based on. Alright. Any questions? So this test, I try to make it easier by just focusing on the big pictures. Alright. Any questions on the gastric secretion phases? Yep. Alright.
Do we need to, sorry.
Yeah.
Do we need to focus also on like slide 10, which is like the mucus bicarbonate theory?
No, that was just an additional information. I was hoping that you guys would have studied it, but it seems like no one has done it. Shit. So fuck it. You might as well just delete it. All right. And then, where's the control center for feeding? Whether you're hungry or full. What is it? Where's the control center? This is an easy question on the test. You guys should already know it, but no one does. What is it? It's close. Where's the control center for the nervous system and endocrine system? Where is it?
The hypothalamus.
Yes. So, the control center for feeding or your eating behavior is your hypothalamus. So whether you're hungry like I am right now, I'm like salivating right now, thinking of Chick-fil-A. Or whether you're nice and full, your control center is your hypothalamus. So that's an easy question on the test. Where's the control center? So there's going to be 3 bullshit ones and 1 correct one on there.
Yeah.
And then make sure you guys know the functions of insulin and glucagon. And what I've done is try to simplify it, because if you can see here, insulin causes all these, but really for the test, focus on what's the basic functions of insulin. Make sure the body takes up more glucose. The body cells take up more glucose. And for glucagon, is basically you break apart glycogen. So this is for glucagon, and then this is for insulin. Because you're going to see a lot of the functions on the test. So on the test, you're going to see grouped together, for example, renin, vasopressin, aldosterone, glucagon, insulin. It's another matching section of the test. And I'll show you guys which hormones are going to be on the test. These are the hormones which are going to be on the test right here. Make sure you guys know all of these.
Please zoom in.
What's that?
Please zoom.
Zoom?
Document.
Let me try to zoom in as much as possible.
Perfect.
Yeah, this is your test. This test is for you guys to try and show off your memory. How good of a memory. This test is really all memorization. How good of a memory you have. The other ones you had to understand, right? But for this one's purely memorization. So the reason I have these grouped together, hey, look, I even told you the letters. Look at that shit. Which professor does that for you guys? Nobody. So right here, what you should put down is these all correspond with bone remodeling. So when you see estrogen and testosterone, even though you're going to see the reproductive system on the test, the reason I grouped them together is because how estrogen and testosterone affects bone remodeling. So make sure you put that in your notes. As you guys work on your products, I might leave you guys for some time. Fuck, I don't think I can hold it till 8. Alright. Alright, questions, comments on this list? Any? Alright, cool. So one of the questions on the test, or one of the hormones you guys need to know is glucocorticoids. And for glucocorticoids, make sure you guys remember this table right here. Because the question, the way where I derived it from was from these two facts about glucocorticoids. Actually, I'll even simplify it more. Number 2 is not even part of it. Just focus on number 1. You see how nice of a guy is? I just minimize the amount of stuff you need to remember. Alright, any questions on glucocorticoids? And the other digestive hormones where I got the information from was this slide. This slide is like super important. I mean, there's like 7 questions based off this slide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yes. And really what I care about is main physiological actions. This, you can cross this shit out. This is what's important right here. What is it actually doing to your digestive system? Alright. Any questions, comments? Alright. So your digestive system is known as rest and digest. Is that sympathetic or parasympathetic?
Yes.
Parasympathetic. So the next question on the test is basically remembering how the parasympathetic during the digestion affects major organs. So just remember the parasympathetic right here. Like, how is your body reacting when you're basically digesting food? Alright, everybody good? Alright, cool. I mean, you guys should have enough time to study. Even though there's quite a bit to memorize, you guys have 2 weeks. If you have not procrastinated, wait till last minute to do your projects as well. Alright. Alright, the next questions on the test deals with body temperature. So, your body temperature or body heat production is basically done by 3 different systems. Does anyone know what they are? What hormone regulates your body heat? What are they? No one knows? So, T3 and T4. I mean, I can't give it away. T3 and T4 maintain your body temperature. Make sure you guys know that. That's all I care about your thyroid hormones, is that they maintain your body temperature. And then what other systems also help generate heat? Well, the other systems that help generate heat as well is your sympathetic nervous system by constricting your blood vessels, and your somatic nervous system by causing your muscles to oscillate. Is when you shiver, that's your somatic nervous system. So really that's what's the question on the test. Which of the following is bullshit? So here you have T3 and T4. Here you have somatic. And then here you have the sympathetic. So these are the 3 systems which contribute to regulating body temperature homeostasis. So just remember the 3 systems. All right. Any questions, comments? All right. So your bones could be classified according to their shape. And if you do that according to shape, the classification of bones, there's 5 different types. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the test, there's basically a question derived from the description found in red. So remember these for red. For flat bones, what's their function? And then what's the function of long bones, short bones, irregular, and sesamoid? So just remember what's highlighted in red. That's where I made the question from. Alright, questions from you, comments so far? Anything? And then the last few questions on the test deal with bone remodeling. Remember that group I showed you guys earlier? So, for the function of calcitonin, make sure you guys remember these two right here. These two right here are the functions of calcitonin. Parathyroid hormone, you have two as well, right here, number 1, number 2. Vitamin D, there's only one, which is found right here. So this one corresponds with vitamin D. Alright. Any questions on calcitonin, parathyroid hormone, or vitamin D? So just remember what's highlighted by those numbers which I just put up on that diagram. Alright. And then there is also the sex hormones, which I mentioned earlier, right? And really what you have to remember for the sex hormones, for example, women are known to suffer from osteoporosis, right? And the reason why is because estrogen decreases osteoclast activity. So remember that for the test. What's the function of estrogen? In the context of bone remodeling, well, it decreases osteoclast activity. On the other hand, testosterone increases osteoblast activity. So that's why, as guys, as we age, we get older, we actually decrease a couple inches in height. Any questions on testosterone or estrogen? Alright. So remember, when you see testosterone and estrogen on tests, grouped with calcitonin, parathyroid hormone, and vitamin D, what I'm referring to is how it influences bone remodeling. Alright, questions on the digestive system, or body heat homeostasis, or skeletal system? Any? Everybody good? Yeah? Alright. So last organ system for the semester and